morning.
From today onwards, you are split into 2 sections, no, beta?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So, this is which batch now? 9 to 10? Batch 1. Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, Nana.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Nana. So many there in this batch, Nana.
Sir, both batch 1 and batch 2.
Mm-hmm. Should be separated from today, right?
They did not give timetable for us.
Really? Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. For today, let us go ahead, but I'll talk to them today. They said better. Last week only they said, because it was in the middle of the week, so they didn't want to disturb. So from Monday onwards, they said. Oh. What test you have on Saturday? What test ఎప్పుడు ఉంది నాన్న మీకు?
Saturday, sir.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah. What was the portion for that? Wait a minute. UT2 for test 1. Up to Gibberlin's work, Nana, for day after tomorrow's test?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Respiration.
Even for part test also, sir.
Yeah, it is linked for respiration in plants and plant growth and development there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think better we go with questions, revision, no, Nana? Better, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And for Saturday's test, to transport implants onwards. Oh my God, syllabus is so less now for Saturday's test.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. From the beginning, beta. Oh, you should be very careful. You need
Yes, sir.
to read a lot. My God. Physiological effects of gibberellins and other effects related to applications of gibberellins. Yeah. Revision is better. Kajita ma'am వచ్చిందా? రాలేదు. Look at the diagrams, Nana. What happens in meiosis? Just for me. Just for meiosis, this will be useful in genetics, Nana. Actually, when we start genetics, this will be useful. What exactly happens in meiosis? Pairing of homologous chromosomes takes place. That you know it already, isn't it, Nana?
Yes, sir.
In every homologous pair, one is paternal and gone with it. A part of this chromosome gone with it. See, tip of it going with it. Tip of it going with it. So exchange of arm pieces taking place. That was happening in which substage of prophase 1, Nana? Can you recollect? Very significant stage of meiosis 1, prophase 1. Pack it in, Kadanana. Could you recollect? And during packet in time, first, overlapping of non-sister chromatid arms. Could you recollect? That is by recombinases, exchange of arm pieces taking place and exchanged arm pieces gone with them. So unpairing occurs. So literally chiasma removed at the end of meiosis 1. So 2 of a chromosomal homologous pair separated. So first paired, then showed unpaired. And what happened in pairing time is important. So whatever chromosomes were there in a parent cell, from every pair, the unpaired will go into 2 daughter cells. If it is 4, 2n is equal to 4. So 2 pairs are there with 2 each. From each pair, 1 gone into this, 1 gone into that. So that's why daughter cells are with half the number of chromosomes to parent cell. Literally number is reduced here in meiosis 1. That's why we were calling it reductional. So from this pair, this has gone into 1, this has gone into another. Okay. Then meiosis 2 time what happens? It's like mitosis. Centromere splits. So 2 chromatids, now daughter chromosomes go into 2 different daughter cells. 2 chromatids, daughter chromosomes go into 2 different daughter cells. At the end, you got 4 daughter cells. Are they similar to parent cell, Nana? No. How are they dissimilar to parent cell? In number of chromosomes. Daughter cells are with half the number of chromosomes to parent cell. One thing. Can you say now, daughter cells are identical among themselves also? They are not identical to parent cell. That is over. Because parent cell was with 4, daughter cells are with 2 each. So half the number of chromosomes. Are the daughter cells identical among themselves, Nana? No.
No.
No. Why? This is the reason. One will receive from each pair paternal intact. From each pair, a daughter cell will receive 1 paternal intact. Over. Another will receive the paternal with exchange tip of maternal. So they are not same now. Same way from here also. The unpaired. One will receive maternal intact. But the other will receive maternal with exchange tip of paternal. So from every pair of chromosomes, the 4 chromatids go into 4 daughter cells. Are the 4 chromatids identical to them, Nana?
No, sir.
No. That's why daughter cells are not going to be identical among themselves also. Because of this reason only, when they become gametes, they fuse to zygote, the new organism formed will be with some features of male parent, some features of female parent, and some new features. How is that new features possibility, Nana? Because of the exchange occurred here, new combinations of genes created that may result in a new feature in the offspring. For this reason only, meiosis sake only, daughter organisms are with some features of male parent, some features of female parent, and some new features also. So,
Excuse me, sir.
tell me,
We
Nana.
have,
Sir, why are we doing meiosis, sir?
yes, sir, we don't have the
Sir, we are
meiosis of portion
seniors,
there,
sir.
Yes, beta, you are seniors. I know it very well, Nana.
Yes, sir.
I was explaining this to juniors by diagrams. I was just only asking you to just recapitulate, recall.
Yes.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
You thought it is there for this weekend?
No, sir. I thought that
You are like
still
thinking we are
juniors were
juniors or
there or
something.
something.
No,
Yes.
no. I'm not teaching juniors. I know it better. Only thing clarity I needed was, are you split into two or not? Maybe up till the part test, it's going to be same, and moreover, for this test, the syllabus anyhow is this only to Gibberlins only. So what we do now is we just go back to revise for the Wednesday's test first, and then of course Thursday, Friday we can revise for Saturday's test also. Better, no better.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for day after tomorrow's test, the portion is respiration onwards up to Gibberlins. Right, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Day before yesterday, Nana, on Friday, I think somebody was asking me to explain about how gibberellins induce seed germination in barley seeds as demonstrated by LG Palek. I don't know who is it exactly. I didn't remember the name, Nana. It was posted in the WhatsApp message. Is there? Who was that asking me? Is there? There or not, Nana? Anyhow, I'll explain to you once again that how do gibberellins induce seed germination process as explained by LG Palek in barley. What is scientific name of barley? I told you.
Ordium vulgare.
Yes. Ordium vulgare. It is a cereal like oat, also cereal, rice, wheat, oat, maize, bajra, barley, finger millet. All these are cereals, Nana. In fact, how many types of cereals are there, Nana? Can anyone tell me? Navadhanyalu. Ante enni, Nana?
9.
9 types of cereals are there, but 9 is so significant figure. 9 planets are there, 9 cereals are there, isn't it? What else are there? 9, Nana? Can anyone tell me? And I was telling you, if you remembered, the significance of digit 9 also. 9 multiplied with anything, the resultant on totaling again will give us 9. తెలుసు కదా నాన్న మీకు?
Yes.
This is one specialty of 9, numerically. Another specialty also there, Nana. 9 added with any number, resultant on totaling will be that number only. Nana. See. How much? Understood, Nana? Sorry, we are doing something else. This is a cereal, like oat also was a cereal. What was specialty of oat, Nana? What is the name of oat? Can anyone tell me?
Avena sativa.
Avena sativa, in which FW1 conducted experiments, Avena growth test, Avena curvature test. Which of them is used as bioassay for all things?
Avena curvature.
Avena curvature test.
Curvature test, right? Very good. So in barley seeds, how gibberellins help in seed germination? How do they help in removing seed dormancy? That we can be understood. Once it is a cereal grain, wheat, rice, wheat, maize, whatever it is, we know Embryo is at one corner. Embryonal axis as usually distinguishable into plumule and radicle. Tadana. And the protective coverage of plumule, especially in grasses or cereals, you see called coleoptile. It is again recollecting the structure of monocot embryonana. Then this is coleorhiza. And embryonal axis with the joint from where cartilage arise. One of the two cartilages become long pad-like or sheath-like. What was this long pad-like cartilage called technically, Nana? Got it, beta? What is it called? Scutellum. Then on the other side, you may see the other cotyledon. When dicots evolved into monocots, one cotyledon became prominent. The other cotyledon remained as vestigial organ, which we call it epiblast. Not in use, but remaining there, vestigial, like appendix in our body. Kada? Then it is embedded in the endosperm. Tell me, Nana, the endosperm is with distinguishability into two parts. The outer part is hyaluron layer, which is rich in proteins, also vitamin B12 to some extent. Protein rich layer. What was this protein rich layer? Called hyaluron layer. Rich in proteins, amino acids. Then inner part is starchy endosperm, which will be white, powder-like. In all cereals, Nana, including wheat, rice, oat, in all cereals. Okay? Then, so endosperm is distinguished into two parts. So what is the pleiady of starchy endosperm is 3N. Hyaluron layer also means 3N. What is surrounding the endosperm supposed to be Nana? Seed coat and seed, which is present inside the fruit. Specialty of cereal grains is seed coat and fruit wall fused to form a thin, inseparable layer, that is fusion product of seed coat and pericarp. See the specialty, Nana. Pericarp itself is supposed to be distinguishable into epicarp, endocarp, mesocarp, if you go to morphology chapter. But in cereals, so much reduced in fusion with seed coat, just as a layer you see that. Beneath that is endosperm, which is rich in proteins. Beneath that is starchy endosperm. So starch is this part. Pure carbohydrate, almost you take it as pure carbohydrate, Nana. If it is wheat, this part separated from that, which we call it maida, pure white, starchy, sticky nature. It is used even as glue also. Same is the case even with rice also, Nana. That is, hyaluron layer is separated, polished rice, separated from hyaluron layer, only carbohydrates. If polished rice you are eating means you are eating pure carbohydrate. That is one thing. Now, during seed germination, what is the role of gibberellins? That is the point. Gibberellins synthesized in the embryonal axis move into hyaluron layer. It's a hormone. In the hyaluron layer, utilizing the proteins, especially their amino acids, this gibberellin will induce formation of enzyme. Which enzyme, Nana? Amylase. Carbohydrate digest. This amylase formed in the hyaluron layer will move into starchy endosperm and digest the starch into simple sugars. Okay, Nana? The simple sugars are translocated into embryonal axis to be used for aerobic respiration and which is necessary for cell division process to go on. So zygote will become, embryo will develop into new plants. This is what happens. Suppose if starch here, suppose if it is a oily endosperm in a seed, same gibberellins will induce the formation of lipases which will digest the lipids, convert them into the simple compounds like simple sugars also it may result in. If it is protein rich, the same will induce proteases which will digest proteins, convert them into simpler forms which can be used in respiration. That's what happens, Nana, during seed germination by gibberellins. Suppose if ABA is there in a seed, which is a dormancy inducing substance, seed won't germinate because it is germination inhibitor, ABA, abscisic acid. That's why we call it as growth inhibitor, Nana. So gibberellins formation here proceeds only when ABA disintegrated from the embryo, Nana. As long as ABA there in that, gibberellins are not formed, so germination process won't go on. So the time taken for disintegration of ABA for various reasons, Nana, due to variations in the climatic conditions, temperature fluctuations and all that, it will gradually undergo disintegration, ABA. So that period during which ABA is gradually undergoing disintegration is dormancy period. Once disintegration of ABA over, now gibberellins are formed in the embryonal axis. So they will induce seed germination this way. The point is, then how can you remove that dormancy due to ABA? By using gibberellins externally is the next question. Left to the seed, gibberellins are formed here only when ABA disintegrates, Nana. But if you use gibberellins externally, they can cause seed germination. This part, they're causing seed germination. Dormancy. A brief account is there for us under phytohormones. At the end, growth and development tarvata vastuna. Photoperiodism, then seed dormancy. Brief account is there to be discussed there. Just for time being, related to this, this is how L.G. Palek demonstrated ability of gibberellins to induce seed germination process. So if you apply gibberellins externally, even if ABA there inside also no problem because you are making available of gibberellins. When ABA there, gibberellins are not synthesized in this. That is the problem. So when you supply them, you could remove seed dormancy artificially that way by using gibberellins. Understood all of you, beta? Most of the functions of ABA and gibberellins are antagonistic, opposite ways. ABA inhibits seed germination, gibberellins promote seed germination. Anyhow, this is one thing. Now going back to respiration, tell me, Nana, respiration in plants, that is exchange of gases in plants, demand is less. For what reason? Demand for exchange of gases in plants is less. For what reason?
Organ can take care of its own gases.
Because what it is? I didn't hear you properly, Nana. Because
Organ plant can take care of its own gases.
of course, that is one reason. Actually, this, Nana, in plants, more of photosynthesis compared to respiration. So respiration is less relatively in plants, Nana. That's why anabolism more. So biomass formation possibility is more, Nana. Whereas in animals, biomass they derive from others. They can't synthesize. Only thing they have to do is to break down that biomass. That is respiration. So mainly respiration, more photosynthetic activity you see in animals. So that is requiring lot of exchange of gases mechanism. In plants, literally respiration relatively is less. That's why demand for exchange of gases is not much. One. And two, of course, as we said, Nana, each part of the plant body can take care of its own gases exchange. So long distance transport of gases within the plant body not there. And third reason what, Nana? Living tissues are close to the surface, so easy exchange through stomata, lenticels. Whereas in an animal body, living cells are there throughout in the body. So deeper layers of cells also living, superficial also. So to take exchange of gases to all those deeper cells and environment in between, they need special respiratory organs. So special respiratory organs are not required in plants for three reasons. Number one, each organ can take care of its own gases exchange. Number two, no great demand for exchange of gases because their photosynthetic rate is much high when compared to respiration. And three, living tissues in a plant body are close to the surface. Where the dead tissue in a plant body located, Nana? Dead tissue is actually deep inside. For example, the trunk of a tree you take, all that which is inside toward the center is which tissue, Nana? Which tissue, beta? Cross section of a trunk, all you find at the center, the one with annual rings or growth rings, that was nothing but secondary xylem. Is the xylem living or dead tissue, Nana?
Dead tissue.
Dead tissue.
Two. So secondary phloem onwards, that we call it as bark, which only need exchange of gases, and that much can easily be met through lenticels, air pores. And leaves, of course, through stomata, and leaves also not much thick, though all is living tissue inside, unless it is a succulent, leaf succulent. Otherwise, leaves are thin. So, far off transport of gases is not required. Okay, able to hear me, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Among the various kinds of respiratory substrates, that is carbohydrates, proteins, fats, organic acids, Kadanana, which is given priority by the organism, Nana?
Carbohydrate.
Carbohydrates, very good. Number one. Number two, which of them is with more amount of energy per molecule, Nana?
Fats.
Fats.
Fats or lipids, energy wise, if you take, but preference wise is carbohydrates. Now, as substrate, the proteins, the lipids, fats and organic acids, is it seen in all plant cells, Nana?
No.
certain plant cells under certain situations. They are the substrates of respiration. Otherwise, normally the substrate is carbohydrate. I mean, in terms of the plant life, if you talk, Kadanana, order of preference wise. So, organic acids, initially we were going this way. I was telling you, organic acids is in certain plant cells under certain situations. It is not only for that. There was a question also to you already. It is not only
Yes.
that. Else, proteins, fats also in certain plant cells under certain situations. What are certain plant cells to be used as respiratory substrate for proteins and fats, Nana? Like here, seed germination. If it is a seed with oily endosperm, naturally, the fats are respiratory substrates. If it is a seed rich in proteins like bean seed, naturally, proteins are substrates like that. In certain cells of the plant body, under certain situations, it can be proteins, fats, and organic acids also. But generally is concerned carbohydrates. And of course, preference is carbohydrates in any organism. That's a different thing. Tell me, Nana, yeast can withstand how much alcoholic content when it is carrying out?
13%.
13%.
13%.
Tell me, Nana, how much energy of glucose is literally released in fermentation? How much, Nana?
So less than 7.
Less than 7%, right, Nana? Out of that less than 7%, how much was actually used by the organism? Less than 7% was 56 kilocalories, right? Out of 56 kilocalories, we took it as less than 7%. Out of that, how much is actually used by the organism, Nana?
2 ATP.
15.2.
2 ATP is that 15.2 kilocalories only. Remaining 40.8 kilocalories is wasted as heat generation. Isn't it? And of course, if it is aerobic respiration, complete oxidation, which is considered more efficient than anaerobic respiration, all 686 kilocalories of energy is released. But out of that, of course, usable, the chemical energy is only 38 ATPs, which are approximately comes to about 40%. Remaining 60% again is wasted as heat. So wasted as heat is heat energy. Useful as ATPs is chemical energy. Energy of ATPs we took it as. Kada? Okay, Nana. Who discovered fermentation, Nana? Beyond NCERT it is. Gay-Lussac. Kada? What is a Pasteur effect, Nana?
Inhibition of anaerobic respiration in presence of oxygen.
Yeah, in presence of O2, anaerobic is inhibited. That is the case with facultative anaerobe. They were respiring anaerobically, but in presence of O2 converting into aerobes. What was the best example, Nana? Yeast. In yeast, that effect was first observed by Pasteur. Therefore, that effect is called Pasteur effect. If you remembered Pasteur in biological classification, he coined a term. Could you? Related to microbiology. Related to microbes, Nana. What was the term coined by Louis Pasteur?
So
Tell me better. Which means venom or poisonous fluid.
contagion virus fluid.
Term contagious was by Beijering, no beta. Louis Pasteur, I am asking. What is the term he coined? Any problem?
Virus.
Term virus, Nana, Louis Pasteur. Pasteur effect is by Louis Pasteur. Term virus, which means venom or fluid, poisonous fluid, was by also Louis Pasteur only. Sorry, that's a different thing anyhow. In tell me, Nana, which kind of fermentation does not yield us carbon dioxide?
Alcohol.
Is it?
Lactic acid.
Lactic acid fermentation, Nana. Alcoholic fermentation is ethyl alcohol, which is 2 carbon. You are getting from 3 carbon to pyruvic acid. So what happened to third carbon? Released as CO2. So carbon dioxide yielding fermentation is alcoholic. Carbon dioxide not yielded in is lactic acid fermentation. Along with lactic acid, we don't get carbon dioxide. Tell me now, lactic acid fermentation occurs in which bacteria? What was bacterium example of lactic acid fermentation, Nana?
Lactobacillus.
Yes, lactobacillus. And which cells in human body can also show lactic acid fermentation?
Muscle cells.
Especially which muscle cells?
Skeletal muscle.
Yeah, skeletal muscle cells. Actually, skeletal muscle cells, heart cells, nerve cells were examples in first year related to cell division. Gurtunda, na?
Ones that do not
Cannot
undergo.
divide.
Yes.
Which cannot undergo mitosis. No repair of them is possible. Skeletal muscle cells, heart cells, and nerve cells. Once the organism reaching the adult stage. So muscle cells also example of lactic acid fermentation. If anything required from phytohormones, you can ask Nana. Growth and development, of course. What is the formula used to calculate geometric growth, Nana?
W
W1
naught
is
is
equal to
RT.
W naught e to the power RT.
W naught e to the power RT. What about T? LT is equal to L naught plus RT?
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic growth.
Growth. Sigmoid curve is obtained for which kind of growth?
Geometric.
Geometric growth.
What was the growth curve for arithmetic growth?
Linear.
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 Linear. Very good. The sum of growth and differentiation is nothing but
Development.
development. What kind of curve can you expect in a tree showing seasonal activities?
Sigmoid curve.
Sigmoid curve, seasonal activity. During that particular season, again you find the 3 phases: lag phase, exponential phase, stationary. What was exponential also called?
Log phase.
Log phase.
Phase. All that events from seed germination to senescence or death of the plant. What do we together call them, Nana?
Development.
Development is the sum of them. As for factors is concerned, they are same for growth
Growth and development.
or development. Why growth is called open form?
Meristematic cells divide and give new cells.
Continuously throughout the life of the plant. Therefore, it is open form. What does plasticity mean?
Flexibility.
Different shapes.
Is a kind of flexibility wherein they can differentiate into different structures under different situations. Best example was heterophyly, especially developmental heterophyly and environmental heterophyly. What were examples of developmental heterophyly, Nana?
Cotton, coriander, and
Coriander, black spur, bean, Australian.
Bean, Australian acacia. Ranunculus is with what kind of heterophyly?
Environment.
Environmental heterophyly. What is common name of ranunculus?
buttercup.
Buttercup.
Buttercup. Very good. Nutrients supply, should it be taken as external factors or intrinsic factor, Nana?
External.
Internal. While talking about growth, we said internal, but here it has mentioned it as external. So we take them as external only. Which phytohormone is a terpenoid compound?
Gibble.
Gibberellin.
Which phytohormone is derivative of carotenoids?
Abscisic
Abscisic
acid.
acid.
Yeah, which of course IAA is indole compounds. Which phytohormone is derived from a purine adenine?
Cytokine.
Yeah, which is called kinetin.
Kinetin.
N6 perfluoryl purine. Is kinetin considered naturally occurring cytokine, Nana?
It's neither natural nor
Neither
synthetic.
natural nor
Yeah, it is considered a degradatory pathway. In fact, it is considered neither anabolic nor catabolically formed. Degradatory pathway. By degradation of DNA, it is formed. This is basically from adenine. But naturally occurring kinetin, naturally occurring cytokinin, what was it, Nana?
zeatin.
Zeatin. Where from zeatin is isolated?
From coconut milk.
And also from immature corn seeds. That's how zeatin it was named as. Kada. Who confirmed the hormonal nature of ethylene? Nana?
Cousins.
Cousins. Who confirmed by causing ripening of which fruits, Nana?
Bananas.
Unripe bananas, placing along
Ripen.
Ripened
oranges. And before that, of course, Berg and Feynman worked extensively to show hormonal nature of ethylene, but final confirmation is from Cousins, who suggested for occurrence of hormonal nature of ethylene, Nana? Gain. That was beyond NCERT point anyhow. Kada? Tell me, Nana, Skoog and Miller are associated with discovery of which phytohormone? Kinetin, cytokinins. Charles Darwin, Francis Darwin associated with which hormone?
Auxin.
Auxins that promote the phototropism, and of course, who demonstrated the phototropism and geotropism by auxins, Nana?
FW.
Calodny went by placing embryonal
Bengal gram horizon.
gram horizontally, and they showed high auxins in the plumule promoting growth, high auxins in the radicle inhibiting growth. During apical dominance, high auxins in the axillary bud, were they promotory or inhibitory to growth, Nana?
Inhibitory.
To growth. Decapitation is a technique of removing apical dominance. And how the apical dominance removal is made use in horticulture and agriculture, Nana?
Tea plantation.
Tea plantation.
Plantations in order
Hedge
to
making.
more number of birds, hedge making, and of course, in the gardens also to grow the plants in different directions. Applications of auxins in agriculture. Tell me, Nana.
Helps in rooting and
Vegetative propagation.
By initiating roots on stem cutting, helping in vegetative propagation. Even in tissue culture also, it is used for initiating root on the callus. That of course, again you come across in the chapter. Crop improvement. Which hormones induce parthenocarpin, Nana?
Auxins.
Auxins and gibberellins.
Also, especially for obtaining seedless grapes, seedless tomato. Which phytohormone of these two was inducing more of male flowers in a plant?
Gibberellins.
Gibberellins induce more
cannabis.
of flowers. Okay. Auxins induce more of
Female
Flowers in
cucumber. Gibberellins male flowers in cannabis, bhang plant. Then of course, bolting and flowering in plants with rosette type of shoot system, by which are gibberellins. Who first isolated gibberellins?
Kurosawa.
First isolated gibberellins.
Yeah, Bhutan Sum.
Yabuta and Sumukhi. Given the name gibberellic acid, which is now called Ga3. Known so far, how many types of gibberellins, Nana?
110 type.
About 110 types, more than 100 types, and they are just given a number. So gibberellin A1 onwards, you have A110. That way, if it is taken. Gibberellins are synthesized from
Acetyl CoA.
Acetyl coenzyme.
even A also will be synthesized from it. Acetyl-CoA, that's a different thing. Auxin synthesized from which amino acid, Nana?
Adenine.
Tryptophan.
Tryptophan, aromatic amino acid. Adenine giving rise to which hormone, Nana?
Auxin.
Adenine.
Cytokine.
Cytokine.
Adenine derivatives, purine adenine derivatives are cytokines. Auxins have the tendency of undergoing photo-bleaching, photo-oxidation, which is also called solarization. That's why they accumulate more on
Shaded side.
shaded side. Auxins high concentration in axillary but inhibiting growth. Auxins high concentration in the radical inhibitory to growth. But auxins high concentration in the plumule part is, coleoptile part especially is promotory to growth. Which auxin used as weedicide or herbicide, Nana?
2,4-dichlorophenic
2,4-D.
acid.
2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenic acid. What are naturally occurring auxins examples, Nana?
IAA, IBA, phenylacetic acid.
4-chloroacetic acid. Then, of course, PAA, phenyl acid. Synthetic auxins, Nana?
NAA and 2,4-D.
Naphthalene acetic acid 2,4-D, 2,4,5.
Yes. It can even be IPA, indole propionic acid also. But four important are NAA, 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T, IBA, sorry. IPA, indole propionic acid, synthetic auxins. Auxins exhibit polar movement, both acropetal and basipetal. In what ratios, Nana? Acropetal and basipetal? 3:1. If it is, of course, acropetal, basipetal, 1:3. Basipetal, acropetal is 3:1. Synthesized more in the shoot tip than in the root tip. Which trace element is required for IAA synthesis, Nana?
Zinc.
Zinc. Which trace element was active cofactor of IAA oxidase?
Iron.
Metal ion cofactor of IAA oxidase. Yes, beta?
Zinc.
No. Manganese.
Iron.
Manganese, beta. Iron was for catalase,
Catalase. Yes.
isn't it? Manganese, IAA oxidase. The mineral nutrition ligand, of course, is. Then, of course, what is the asexual stage of Gibberella fusiculae called?
Physalia moniliforme.
Physalia moniliforme. So, Gibberella fusiculae, is it sexual stage or asexual stage? In the life cycle?
Perfect state. Sexual stage.
Sexual state.
Yes, Nana, sexual stage or perfect stage. Which is disease causing in rice plant? What was the disease caused in rice plants called, Nana?
Wakane disease of foolish seed.
Wakane disease or foolish seedling disease. Okay. So we make revision the same way tomorrow also, Nana. Come prepared up to this from the beginning of respiration. We emphasize more on respiration ETS tomorrow. Okay, Nana? What is time now?
Thank you.
10 to, okay, beta. See you tomorrow. All the best, Nana.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, Nana. Bye.